Today, I'm sharing with you the steps that I have put into place to help me pick what is going to be the best reading/phonics curriculum for my soon-to-be kindergartner. Stick around. Welcome to the channel. My name is Morgan here at The Life of Tillmans. If this is your first time, I'm so happy to have you here in this space. I hope that while you're here, you find everything that you need, love, and enjoy right here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, go ahead, click that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you do not miss any of the videos uploaded on the channel. If you've been with me before, welcome back. I'm going to introduce myself again because I have a lot of new followers, and so I'm happy to have you here. But I thought I need to go back and talk about what we do here. If you don't know, I have a 4th grader, 3rd grader, and pre-K daughters right now. And we are full in the thick of homeschooling and enjoying it, the ups and the downs, and learning all things together. So I share with you what we're doing, our journey, anywhere from curriculum to projects that we do. We are a crafting family, field trips, anything that we do. You will get that here on this channel. So if that is something that you are looking forward to while you're here, like I said, click the subscribe button, and I hope that we can grow together. It's time. I'm about to embark on the journey, and I've talked about this several times, but she's getting closer and closer to the end of her letter of the week curriculum for my pre-K. She is 4, she will be 5 in April. And we are embarking on the journey of reading. Now we do a little bit of reading here and there. I will link down below her activity bins that I just set up that are really geared towards math and reading for a kindergartner. And so that's the journey that we're on right now. However, it can be a little stressful. Picking curriculum overall, just in general, can be stressful. There are so many options for curriculum. So many options. It's hard. You have to have some form of a criteria for what you are looking for in order to survive the curriculum snowballs that are going to come your way when you're hunting for what you feel like is to be the perfect curriculum for your child. I will say there is no such thing. If that's what you're looking for, you're not going to find a perfect curriculum. Every curriculum that we have used within our home has needed a little bit of tweaking here and there to help my child. The question is that you want to think about: how much tweaking are you willing to make in order to have this curriculum fit for you and your child? Think about that. Throughout the process of choosing curriculum, I had to come up with a method that would work for me. Now, this method could work for any curriculum that you're looking for. However, I am specifically tunnel vision right now for a phonics reading curriculum for my soon-to-be kindergartner. It's just where my focus is right now because she is about to transition into a big part of learning. It's a huge foundational step toward her being able to excel in everything, math included. And it's a big step that we are taking. So I'm taking this, and I take all curriculum choices seriously, but this one is the first on my list because for me, it is the one that I think about the most, which is the reason why I wanted to share with you the steps that I have specifically put in place right now for choosing a phonics or reading curriculum for my daughter. These steps that I'm sharing with you take into consideration that for me, I already know what excites her, what drives her, but these are things that I had to consider before I was able to figure those things out. Step number 1 is that you have to decide what it is that you're looking to get out of the curriculum. What are you looking for? What is your main goal? Do you want your child reading? We're talking about phonics and reading curriculum. Do you want them reading in 180 days? Do you want them to be reading in 6 months, to be done with it, to have this curriculum down packed and they're reading, higher level books within a year? What is it that you're looking for in that curriculum? Do you want a full hands-on language arts curriculum, online, offline? Lots of activities for them to do, more of a Charlotte Mason style. There are so many options for you when it comes to curriculum. You have to consider you as the teacher as well. Teaching your child to read is a really big step. It's a huge step. And you as the teacher and the parent also have to be engaged within that. And it has to be something that not only suits your child, but suits you. Because if it doesn't fit mama, you can't teach your child something that doesn't work for you, because you're going to struggle in trying to get that information to your child. In return, they are also going to struggle as well. Step number 2 that I have put into place is to narrow down your search. How do you narrow down your search? Step number 1, finding out what it is that you're looking for. If you don't narrow down your search, it's going to look like every single reading or phonics curriculum that you come across would be perfect. Oh, that would work for my child. That will too, and that's not true. You have to have some form of a standard in place. One of the things that I really like about choosing any curriculum, but specifically me looking for phonics, is placement tests. Because my daughter does well in certain areas. I don't want to put her in a phonics or reading curriculum that is going to have her repeating everything that she's just done for the last 6 months. That would not be challenging for her. She would not enjoy that. I, as a parent teaching that, would not enjoy it. So I love when I can find a curriculum that has a placement test, which allows me to better put my child where I think she would fit. I can also, even if she maybe is past the first 6, 7, 10 lessons of that curriculum, I know that I can start her at lesson number 11. Scope and sequence is major. I am always looking at scope and sequence for any curriculum, because it tells you, it helps you give you a visual of the progression of that curriculum. And it also lets you know, okay, my child has already mastered these first 15 lessons. We can start at lesson 16 and she will thrive in that area. Some other things to consider when narrowing down your curriculum is cost. It plays a huge part. Can you afford, are you willing to spend $400, $500, $600 on that curriculum for your child? Or do you need something that's more in the $100 range and would choose to get something in that range? Cost does play a part in the type of curriculum that you choose. More expensive doesn't mean better. Cheaper doesn't mean less. Remember that. Some other things to consider is, do you have more children that will be coming after your child when we're talking about reading and phonics curriculums? Because if you have more children, there's a possibility that they could use that as well. So you may be willing to spend a little bit more on that curriculum if you know you're going to get multiple uses out of it. Or you can resell it and not lose a ton of what you paid for that curriculum, keeping it in really good condition. The third step that I do in narrowing down phonics and reading curriculums, which is what I've been doing now, is I get samples. Any way that I can get a sample of a curriculum, once I've narrowed it down and I'm like, ooh, this is a really strong possibility, you're in the running for being chosen for this phonics or reading curriculum, I get samples. Some websites have where you can get samples of their reading and phonics curriculums. You can look at an entire lesson or two. If they don't, call them. Call the companies. Let them know that you are really considering using their curriculum. They will send you electronic versions of lessons for you to try out with your child to see if it's a good fit. Especially if we're talking about those curriculums that are the higher dollar ones, you should definitely have an opportunity to be able to try that one curriculum, that lesson or two, to see if it's a good fit before you spend $500, $600 on a curriculum to find out that it does not work for your household. So go ahead, reach out to those companies, ask them, search their websites. Some people have PDFs online. If you have a friend who has the first lesson and you want to say, hey, can you send me screenshots of this lesson? Work through it with your child. Do not be afraid to ask for those things, because it plays a vital part in your decision making. And we never want to get stuck with a curriculum that we can't use. That is the absolute worst. Does it happen? Absolutely. But if you take really good steps and precautions and make sure that you get as much information as you possibly can when you're choosing it, it's less likely to happen. Another place where you can find really good information about a curriculum is right here on YouTube. People do a lesson with me videos. Well, they will take you through step by step what it's like to teach your child this phonics and reading curriculum to see if it's a good fit for you. I don't necessarily mean curriculum reviews. Those are also great to do, but you have to remember the pros and cons that people give in curriculum reviews are specific to their home. So you have to take that with a grain of salt, as much of it as you need or don't need. But do a lesson with me videos kind of gives you an idea of how that lesson goes and helps you determine whether or not it's a good fit for you and your child, especially when we're talking about reading curriculums, because it can be super stressful. Phonics and teaching your child how to to input new information, sounds that they've never heard, looking at words, putting things and letters together, it can be really challenging. And your child needs you to be grounded and stable in what you're teaching. So if that curriculum doesn't work for you, in my opinion, it's a no. Step number 4, once you've done all 3 of those steps, pick your curriculum, cross your legs, sit back, and thank God it's over. You get to relax. You get to say, I feel confident in the decision that I have made. I am ready to start this journey of reading and phonics with my child. No, it is not going to be an easy journey. No, every day will not be perfect, but you will have some really, really great days, and you will have some days where you struggle. That's with any curriculum. So even the best curriculum, we're still human and we don't always have the best days. But we have to rest in knowing that we've done everything that we possibly could with that curriculum and our choice, and be okay with that. So don't go back and say buyer's remorse and say, oh my gosh, I need to take it back. I need to find something else. This one looks a little better. Once you've picked your curriculum, shut it down. Move on from that subject and go somewhere else and pick a different curriculum. You're done. Because the more you keep diving into it, the more you pull up another contender that was on your list, you're going to feel like your purchase and your decision was not good enough. And it was. I hope this video was helpful for you. When I am done choosing our phonics and reading curriculum for our soon-to-be kindergartner, you will be the first to know all about it. So stick around. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead, click that subscribe button and that notification bell. And I hope to see you right back here at The Life of Tillmans for another video next time. Bye.